Good day to everyone. Before anything else, I would like to express my sincerest gratitude to Cherry Alfaro, one of my brilliant students at Rizal Essential Academy of the LUM in 2015 to 2017, for inviting me to be your webinar speaker with the title, The Sustainability of Grammar for Both Students and Teachers, a Grammar Review. To Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology, thank you for this one-of-a-kind opportunity. You don't know how delighted I am right now to share my knowledge about grammar. And disclaimer lang po, I am not an expert when it comes to grammar. I tend to commit mistakes sometimes, but rest assured, I will do my best to share something beneficial for students and teachers for today. And let me start with this question. I would like you to answer this question. And I know that some of us are feeling pressured right now. Most especially, we are in this kind of situation. And I would like to share an article composed by yours truly, inspired by one of one of the TikTok influencers from this university, Miss Ira Eva Castillo, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let me read my composed article entitled "You're Pressured Because." Are you pressured? Maybe you're pressured because people around you are achieving success, or you may feel that you've been left behind. There are various kinds of pressure. Pressure from family, friends, colleagues, and even from ourselves. All of us have experienced and still experiencing this kind of battle. Others try their best to their studies to exceed their parents' expectations, to sustain their family's needs. Some put all their energy to work and earn money, or maybe sometimes we are struggling to fit in to fulfill someone else's dream or someone else's dream for us. Remember, it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel pressured sometimes. And sabi nga dun sa isang kanta, it's okay not to be okay. Let us not be afraid of pressures in life. Isn't it pressure is what transforms a lump of coal into a diamond? So how we handle pressure will determine whether we stand or break, because they say pressure is not supposed to break us. It is designed to make us. According to Ellen G. White, one of my favorite authors, reminds us that the purification of God's people cannot be accomplished without suffering. He passes us from one fire to another, testing our true worth. True grace is willing to be tried. So let's willingly try our best to overcome all the pressures of life. Expectations from the people around us uh, do not determine our future success. They can't save us. They can change us. Only God. And as we continue, okay, so as we continue our journey as faithful followers of Christ, let's not be bothered to be better than others. Instead, let's cling to God's promises while savoring every accomplishment we had that started with our decision to try. Okay, so I hope that we learned something from this article. And I hope that you're composing already your answers. Okay? Because I'm expecting that all of us have answered this question already. Okay? While I was reading a while back, I'm expecting that you've answered this question already, because I know that we've encountered this kind of battle in our life to feel pressured. Okay, most especially to our students who are listening right now or who are watching right now. I know that you're pressured right now. Okay, so I enumerated kinds of pressure a while back. Maybe pressure, you're pressured because of your family, because of your friends, because of your to our teachers, your colleagues, and even from ourselves. Okay, always remember it's okay to feel pressured sometimes. Okay? Okay, so I hope that we were inspired by this simple inspirational message this afternoon. Okay, so I have a follow-up question. Okay, I have a follow-up question. And I think this is already related to this department. I think I'm talking to the English department of the education, a College of Education of NEUST. Okay, so I have another question. Why did you take BSED-English? You know what? I just want to share my experience. Teaching is not my first choice. Yeah, it is not my first choice. Before, my dream was to become a doctor. But because of financial, financial matters, financial problems, I landed to teaching. And maybe some of you who are watching, it's your childhood dream. Or maybe parents' choice. Or baka naman no choice, di ba? Just like me, no choice ako. That's why I landed to teaching because we lack money. Okay, so pero hindi niyo importante. Okay, right now I'm happy being a teacher and I did not regret to take this course. Okay, so this afternoon, we're going to have 3 objectives. Okay, for the first part, we're going to have 3 objectives. The first objective is discuss the common grammatical errors in the English language. Number 2, value the importance of grammar. Number 3, use learned tips and reminders in everyday conversations. Okay, so this will be our targets, okay? Our objectives this afternoon. Okay, so let's proceed to, what's this? The first topic. Okay, let's make it fast. Okay, so the importance of grammar in English acquisition. Okay, so ano ba kasi ang importansya ng grammar? Bakit may grammar pa? Bakit pa natin pinag-aaralan ang grammar? Okay, so let's find out the importance of grammar in English acquisition. Okay, the first one, grammar makes sentences and paragraphs clear and interesting. Okay, take note of this. Okay, grammar makes sentences and paragraphs clear and interesting. Okay, the first one is clear or precise. The message should be easily understood by others. That's why we are studying grammar. Okay? Example, I want buy car red big. Naintindihan nyo ba? I want buy car red big. Is it clear? Is the sentence clear? No, di ba? So that's the importance of grammar. That's why we are studying in order for us to what? In order for us to understand the message easily. Okay, let's correct the sentence. I want to buy a big red car. So instead of I want buy car red big, it's vague, we cannot understand, it's confusing. Let's correct the sentence. I want to buy a big red car. O diba? Mas tama. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. Interesting. Okay, so we're done with clear and precise. Now, interesting. Why interesting? Because sentences made with correct grammar will sound better. Okay? For example, I have a house. Yes, I know you have a house. I have a house too. And I'm not interested with your house. Okay? So, grammar will help us what? Make our sentences and paragraphs interesting. So, let's improve this sentence. I have a big house. It sounds interesting, right? Wow, ang laki ng bahay mo siguro. I have a big house. So kanina, I have a house, sabi niya lang. We're not interested. Yeah, we know that you have a house. I have a house too. So nung sinabi na niyang I have a big house. So gaano kaya kalaki yung bahay niya? Sounds interesting. Okay? Next, let's proceed to the next importance. Grammar is a system that makes it possible to talk about language. Okay? It is to correct one's mistakes. Okay. So you know what? We are studying grammar to correct one's mistakes because knowing grammar enable us to talk about the mistakes of others, but not to the point naman na i-judge natin sila. 'Di ba? We're going to correct one's mistakes in a right way. Hindi yung ma-hurt yung feelings nila. Okay? Next, to preserve the language. Yes, of course. Grammar is a system that makes it possible to talk about language. Of course, we're talking about language if we are studying grammar. Okay? Not only English grammar, but also in Filipino grammar. May grammar din sa Filipino. Yes, knowing grammar will help us maintain its genuineness when being passed to the next generations. Diba? To preserve the language. Okay, so let's proceed to the last importance, and that is grammar reflects one's personality. Okay, so grammar reflects one's personality when it comes to speaking. Okay, when it comes to speaking. And they say first impression lasts. Okay, because sometimes if we encounter someone for the first time, okay, if we encounter someone for the first time who sounds ungrammatical, okay, and reminder pala ha, let me just remind you, I just learned this lately, okay, I just learned this lately, I think last year, something like that, thanks to TikTok. I found out that wrong grammar is not appropriate. Okay, so if you commit an error when you are speaking, something like that, or in your sentences, paragraphs, don't say, okay, wrong grammar yan. No, we should correct that one. It should be ungrammatical. Oh, it's ungrammatical. That's the right term. It's not wrong grammar. Okay? And we tend to expect that his or her next talk or presentation will be the same as the first one. And we tend, okay, so ito na yung hindi maganda. And we tend to judge the credibility of that person, which is not right. We are just human beings. We sometimes commit mistakes. However, always remember, while we are still here on earth, there will always be rooms for improvement. Kahit yung mga pinakamatalinong tao sa mundo, may grammar lapses din sila. So we don't have the right to judge other people. And if you're afraid to try, you're afraid to succeed. Okay, so kanina sabi ko, let us not judge other people because we are only humans. We tend to commit mistakes. Baka mamaya, sa mga estudyante natin dyan, ayaw nilang mag-try. No. Okay? If you're afraid to try, you're afraid to succeed. So as long as you have a little courage, Okay, as long as you have the courage, as long as you have the knowledge, the skills, the spiritual gifts, you need to try. If you want to become successful, you need to try. You need to take risks. Okay? Under grammar reflects one's personality. We have writing. A while back, we talked about what's this? Speaking. Now, let's proceed to writing. And one characteristic of writing is permanence. Writing is permanent and cannot be changed. And grammatical errors can be easily spotted. Yes, not only when it comes to speaking, but also in writing. Okay, so these are the importance of what's this? Grammar. The first one is grammar makes sentences and paragraphs clear and interesting. The second one is grammar is a system that makes it possible to talk about language. And the third one is grammar reflects one's personality. Okay, I hope that we learned something from the importance of grammar. Now let's proceed to the common grammar mistakes. And I know that sometimes we are not aware. Okay, we are not aware of our grammar. And hindi natin alam na sabi na pala natin yung maling grammar. Okay? So sometimes we are not aware of it. And the first one here, actually there are a lot, okay? There are a lot of common grammar mistakes, but I included, I think, only 3 here, only 3 grammar mistakes. And you just need to research on the rest of those mistakes, okay? So let's proceed to the first one. Okay, the first one is the use of what? The use of fill in, fill out, and fill up. Okay, so let's proceed first to fill in. Okay, so when to use fill in? Actually, there are 3 ways on how to use fill in. Okay, the first one is to supply something that is missing. Okay, kailangan nating punan yung nawawala. Okay, for example, fill in the vacant seats. Fill in the vacant seats. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mong upuan yung mga bakanteng upuan. Okay? To supply something that is missing. Let's proceed to the second way on how to use fill in. To substitute an absent person. Yes, to substitute an absent person. For example, our principal asked Teacher Anna to fill in the grade 8 English class. Ibig sabihin, absent yung teacher ng grade 8 English class. That's why Teacher Anna will fill in that class. Kasi nga, absent yung teacher. Okay? So Teacher Anna is the substitute to the absent what? Teacher. Okay. Next way, the third one, it is used to write something in the form. Yes, we use fill in to write something in the form. For example, fill in the registration form. Okay, fill in the educational background in this form. And you know what? Sometimes, nagiging habit na natin and nasanay na tayo na gumamit ng fill up instead of fill in. Okay? We use fill in if we need to supply a specific part in the form. Okay, not the whole form, but a specific part in the form. For example, hindi mo na fill inan yung educational background or the age, the gender, something like that. So you're going to use fill in. Okay, just like the second example, fill in the educational background in this form. Not the whole form, but a specific part in the form. We're going to use fill in. Okay, next. How about if we're going to, to write the whole form? Okay, blanco lahat. Okay, so that's the time we're going to what? To use fill out. Because fill out is used to complete something by supplying requested information. For example, fill out this registration form. You then fill out surveys to give information on your experience. Okay, so this is not the difference between fill in and fill out. Fill in, we use also fill in writing a form, but we are just going to supply a specific part in the form. Registration form, application form, any kind of form. However, if we're going to use fill out, kapag susulatan natin lahat yung buong form. Okay? Nakuha? Whole form if we're going to use fill out. Fill in kapag specific part lang sa form. That's the difference. Okay, next. Fill up. Okay, so to make something full. You know what? I'm not excused to this. When I was still in college, I usually use fill up. Okay, mag-fill up na ng form. Yung application form, i-fill upan mo na. Mali pala. Okay, common mistakes in grammar. Okay, so fill up is used to make something full. We are talking about volume here. And we're not going to use fill up in writing a form. Mali po yun. Fill in at fill out lang po gagamitin natin. Fill up is used to make something full. For example, fill up the bottle with milk. Okay? Fill up. Pupunuin mo yung isang bagay, isang container, something like that. And take note, we're talking about volume if we use fill up. Okay, so we're done with the first grammar mistake. And that is the difference among these three: fill in, fill out, and fill up. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. Common grammar mistake number 2. Okay, so let's identify. Okay, let's identify what error is this in the English language. One of the students caught my attention while conducting a webinar yesterday. Okay, so you can type your answers, or you can type your answers in the comment section. I know that you are watching right now. Some of you are watching right now, listening to this lecture. Okay, so what is the error? Let's find out. Okay, it should be one of the students with S caught my attention while conducting a webinar yesterday. The one of is a singular term and generally used to talk about a noun or a pronoun. The noun or a pronoun used after the phrase one of is always in the plural form. Okay, always in the plural form, just like the students. Okay, as we are talking about or talking of one person, place, thing out of many. And the helping verb will always be in the singular form as the helping verb agrees with one of and not with the plural noun in the sentence. Our main subject here is one, which is singular. Okay, that's why your verb should be singular. It should not agree with this one. Students, your noun here, kahit plural yan, wag mong pakialaman yan. Kasi we have our main verb here, main subject, which is one, and singular siya. Okay, so this is one of the grammar mistakes. And it is an error in under subject-verb agreement. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so more easier, most bravest, small in size, true facts, past history. What do you think is this kind of error? What error is this? It begins with letter R and it ends with letter Y. Kindly type your answers in the comment section. Okay, very good. In English usage, it is what? Redundancy. Okay, redundancy. It is usually defined as the use of two or more words that say the same thing. But we also use the term to refer to any expression in which a modifier's meaning is contained in the word it modifies. Example, ayan, more easier, most bravest, small in size, true facts, past history. Okay? So you can think of redundancies as word overflows. And there are many redundancies in the English language, and you can just search it on Google. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. Equipments, informations, ships, paperworks. Do you think these words are correct? Do you think these words are correct? Okay, these words are incorrect. Okay? These words are nouns with the same singular and plural forms. Okay, just like sheep. Sheep is countable. When we say countable or uncountable, we mean grammatically if we can add an S at the end of a noun or not. Since you can't add an N or an S, I should say, after the word sheep, it is therefore regarded as uncountable noun. So ang mga uncountable, for example, it depends on how it is used in the sentence. That's why we call English as a crazy language. Okay, so these words are uncountable. Okay, uncountable, meaning they have the same singular and plural forms. So kung ano yung singular form niya, yun din po ang plural form niya. So we don't need to add S. Hindi pwedeng equipments. Hindi pwedeng informations. You know what? I usually hear informations sa mga estudyante ko. Okay. Magagather pa po ako ng maraming informations. Okay. It's an error. Okay? It's a mistake. It should be information, information, equipment, equipment, sheep, sheep, paperwork, paperwork. Hindi pwedeng paperworks. Itong paperworks, lagi kong naririnig naman to sa mga colleagues ko, co-teachers ko. Nowadays, paperworks is not acceptable. It should only be paperwork kasi uncountable noun siya. Okay. O, ayan. Regular and irregular plural nouns. Okay, so I think we're done with the second topic, the common grammar mistakes. Now let's proceed to the last topic that I'm going to discuss. It's all about parallelism. But before we proceed to that, let's have a short activity, a short game. And you can answer using the comment section. You can just type your answers there. Okay, so let's proceed to the instruction or the title of the game. Okay, so this game is entitled Spot the Difference. I know that you are familiar with this game. Okay, spot the difference. Okay, so instruction, find something that is different between the two pictures. Okay, just like what you can see on your screen. What are the differences here? Okay, let's proceed to the first one. I'm going to flash the picture in maybe 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds so that we can save time. Okay, so now the first two pictures, spot the difference. Find 5 differences. 30 seconds. Okay, so there are 5 differences here. You can write your answers, type your answers in the comment section. Come on. Okay, so I hope that you are typing your answers. Now let's proceed to the next pictures. 30 seconds is over. Next. Okay, spot the difference. Spot the 5 differences between these two pictures. Type your answers. 30 seconds is running. I hope that you're enjoying. Okay? All of you can join this activity. Para naman hindi boring, di ba? Baka salita lang ako ng salita dito. Come on. Spot the 5 differences. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's proceed to the next pictures. Find the 5 differences. I think this will be the last pictures. Come on. Type your answers. Okay. Okay, you can just go back. Okay, you can just rewatch this video. Okay, so let's proceed to the main topic, which is main topic and my last topic for today. It's all about parallelism. Okay, parallelism. When you say parallelism, we will find out later. Let's proceed first to our objectives for this topic. Okay, so for our objectives, we have to define. Okay, define parallelism, value the importance of uniqueness or being different from others. And the third one is find the error in the given sentences. Okay, let's define first parallelism. Okay, so when we say parallelism or parallel structure, okay, it is what? It means using the same pattern of words to show that two or more ideas have the same level of importance. Okay, parallel structure means, kindly take note of this key phrase, the same pattern of words. Okay, the same pattern of words and what? Same level of importance. These are the key phrases that you should take note. Same pattern of words, same level of importance. That's why we call it parallelism. Parallel, pareho. Okay? Parallel structure that begins with clauses must continue on with clauses. Of course, kung gumamit ka ng clause sa una, dapat clause din ang gagamitin mo. Words, words, phrase, phrase, something like that. And adjective should go with adjectives. Noun with nouns. Verb with verbs, and etc. Hindi pwedeng paghaluin mo ang adjective sa noun, magiging pinakbet na yung sentence mo. Hindi na siya parallel. Di ba? Magiging confusing na siya. Baka sa una, gumamit ka ng past tense, tapos dun sa last, ay sa gitna, present tense, tapos future tense ka na sa last. Kung gumamit ka ng past tense sa una mo sa introduction, dapat past tense lahat. Okay, let's proceed. Example, Mary likes hiking, swimming, and to ride a bicycle. Okay, what do you think is the error? Okay, what do you think is the error in this sentence? Okay, so this sentence has a faulty parallelism. So what do you think is the error in this sentence? You can type your answer in the comment section. Okay, let's find out. Okay, so the correct sentence should be like this. Mary likes hiking, gerund, swimming, gerund, and riding a bicycle. So gumamit tayo ng gerund dito, gerund dapat din dito, and gerund din dapat dyan. Unlike the first sentence, Mary likes hiking, swimming, and to ride. To ride is an infinitive. Hindi na siya parallel. So we use gerunds, okay? Hiking, swimming sa una, and then we end the sentence with an infinitive. It's not already parallel. Okay, so to make the sentence parallel, we should what? Use gerund. Okay, hiking, swimming, and riding. Okay, so let's proceed to the next example. Okay, let's proceed to the next example. The coach told the players that they should get a lot of sleep, that they should not eat too much, and to do some warm-up exercises before the game. Okay, so what do you think is the error in this sentence? The coach told the players that they should get a lot of sleep, that they should not eat too much, and to do some warm-up exercises before the game. Okay, so what's the error here? It's ungrammatical. Okay, so let's find out. Please type your answers. Let's find out. Okay, so the sentence should be like this. The correct sentence is the coach told the players that they should get a lot of sleep, that they should not eat too much, and that they should do some warm-up exercises before the game. Okay, so we use what? A phrase here. Dito sa first clause natin. The coach told the players that they should, okay, that phrase, they should get a lot of sleep. So we should also use that phrase to the following clauses, okay, that they should not eat too much and that they should do some warm-up exercises before the game. Okay, so parallel na siya. Unlike the first sentence, tignan ninyo, that they should get a lot of sleep, that they should not eat too much, and to do some warm-up exercises before the game. It's not parallel, di ba? So mas maganda pang pakinggan. It's pleasing to the ears, yung pangalawang sentence. Okay, let's proceed to the next one. Next example. The dictionary can be used for these purposes: to find word meanings, pronunciations, correct spellings, and looking up irregular verbs. Okay. Halata namang mali, di ba? There's something wrong with this sentence. And let's find out how to correct this one. Okay, the dictionary can be used for these purposes: to find word meanings, pronunciations, correct spellings, and irregular verbs. Ano yung panggulo? Yung looking up. Di ba? Bakit pa nilagyan ng looking up? Nag-enumerate lang naman tayo dito, di ba? We're just enumerating to find word meanings, pronunciations, correct spellings, irregular verbs. Don't use unnecessary phrase that could make the sentence faulty. Okay? And don't use unnecessary words or phrases, I should say, to make the sentence faulty in its structure. Okay? So simple as this: to find word meanings, pronunciations, correct spellings, and irregular verbs. And you know what? Sometimes our sentences and paragraphs become faulty in its parallelism because we tend to use flowery words, and there are unnecessary phrases that we are using, which is not correct, which is not necessary, diba? So let's just make our sentences and paragraphs simple. simple in when it comes to diction, the words we use, okay, the thoughts. The simpler, the better. Okay. So always remember, parallel structure means using the same pattern of words and same level of importance. And adjective should go with adjectives, noun with nouns, verb with verbs, and etc. Okay, let's have a short mind exercise. You're going to identify the sentence with a parallel structure. Okay, let's proceed to the first one. Okay, so which of these is correct? Okay, which of these two sentences is correct? Is it the first sentence or the second sentence? Granny's method was tried and true. Second sentence, Granny's method was tried and has been true. Which is correct? Okay, the correct one is the first sentence. Granny's method was tried and true. Dito sa second sentence, meron pang unnecessary na nilagay-lagay dyan, has been true. Okay, it's not parallel. So the correct one is Granny's method was tried and true. Let's proceed to the next one. Which of these is correct? Sabrina has wit, charm, and she has an extremely pleasant personality. Second sentence, Sabrina has wit, charm, and a pleasing personality. Which is correct? Is it the first or second? You can type your answer. Okay, the correct one is the second sentence. Sabrina has wit, charm, and a pleasing personality. O, tignan ninyo ha, yung second sentence, napakasimple lang niya. No more unnecessary words. Okay, straight to the point. Sabrina has wit, charm, and a pleasing personality. Unlike the first one, Sabrina has wit, charm, and she has an extremely pleasant personality. Nilagyan pa niya ng phrase na has. She has an extremely. So, unnecessary na yon. It's, exaggerated na. Exaggerated na yung sentence. And to make our, sentences parallel in structure, let's make it simple. Yun lang masasabi ko. That's one tip in parallelism. Next. Okay, so which of this is correct? In English class, Anna learned to read poems critically and appreciated good prose. In English class, Anna learned to read poems critically and she appreciated good prose. Okay, so which is correct? Is it the first or second? Okay, let's find out. It's the first one. In English class, Anna learned to read poems critically and appreciated good prose. Next. Which of these is correct? Coach Espinoza was a brilliant strategist, a caring manner, and a friend. Second sentence, Coach Espinoza was a brilliant strategist, a caring manner, and a wise friend. Which is correct? Okay, let's find out. Okay, the correct one is the second sentence. Coach Espinoza was a brilliant strategist, a caring mentor, and a wise friend. Okay, let's proceed to, I think this will be the last. Yeah, I know it's third to the last, I should say. Third to the last, second to the last. Okay. Which of these is correct? We found the film repulsive, offensive, and embarrassing. And the second sentence, we found the film repulsive, offensive, and we thought it was embarrassing. Ang dali, di ba? Okay. What's the correct answer? Okay, it's the first sentence. We found the film repulsive, offensive, and embarrassing. Simple as that. Okay, next. Last. Which of these is correct? Mr. Tran kept his store clean, neat, and conveniently arranged. Second sentence, Mr. Tran kept his store clean, neat, and he had it conveniently arranged. Okay, so which is correct? Is it the first sentence or the second? Okay, it's the first sentence. Mr. Tran kept his store clean, neat, and conveniently arranged. Okay, very good. Thank you so much for your participation. And I hope that we learned something from my last topic, which is parallelism. This is very important, most especially if you are composing an essay, an article. Your thoughts should be parallel with your thoughts in the middle and at the end of your article. If you use past tense, you should end with past tense. Okay? And always remember when we are talking about parallelism, adjective, go with adjectives, verb with verbs, noun with nouns. Okay? So I hope that we learn from this topic. Let us always remember to be unique, because being yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something or something else is the greatest accomplishment. That's according to Ralph Waldo Emerson. So go confidently in the direction of your dreams, live the life you've imagined, and always remember being the best is great. I'm number one, something like that. But being unique is greater. I'm the only one. Diba? Ang ganda. And you know what? Speaking English doesn't guarantee a person to be called intelligent, because there are some who can't express themselves fluently in English but with substance. Diba? Anong silbi na ang galing-galing mo mag-English, fluent ka with correct grammar, pero the substance, napakababaw. Unlike yung nagtataglish, di ba? Nagtataglish and then nag-Filipino, pero may substance yung sinasabi. But you know what? Yes, these are both important. But in the future, since you are taking BSED-English, you really need to use the medium of instruction, which is English. But if you really need to code switch and you can sense that your students are not or cannot understand what you are saying, then you need to use the vernacular para maintindihan nila. Diba? Yun naman ang importante. Matuto ang mga estudyante. And always remember that teaching grammar, correct grammar to our students is important. Yes, it's important in order for them to survive in this world of humanity. But the most important thing that we should teach our students is to what? Is to develop a character that is qualified in heaven. Yeah, yun naman talaga ang ano natin, goal natin dito sa mundong ito, di ba? So sana one of these days our goal as English teachers is not just to to teach correct grammar to our students, but to what? To help them develop the character that could inspire also other people. Because inspiring other people with kindness, generosity, and other good character traits is the best language that we can have in our life. That's all for today, and I hope that we were inspired and we learned something from our lecture today. Once again, good day, and may God bless us all. Okay, so for the questions for the open forum, the first question is, what can you advise to future language educators or for those who are studying English? Okay, so this is my advice. I just want to tell you that you're on the right track. Yes, you're on the right track. It seems difficult at first, but I assure you it will be worth it. And one thing more, I just want to, to prepare your minds that English teachers are flexible, just like what I mentioned a while back. We, English teachers, are flexible. They will ask you to edit, to be an MC, coordinator, correspondent, writer, and many more. It's quite overwhelming. Pero, it's very rewarding, of course. Overwhelming, but rewarding. Try to learn new things each day. Kasi ang tingin nila sa atin, alam natin lahat. Lahat ng words sa dictionary, alam nila, alam natin. Okay? So the expectation is high. That's why we really need to put our hearts in everything that we do. And each day, we should open our minds to learn something new. For the next question, can grammar be an effective foundation for the future needs of students? Definitely yes. Why? Because knowing correct grammar will help us maintain its genuineness when being passed to the next generations. And we're not just talking about grammar. We're talking about correct grammar. Okay? Next, let's proceed to the third one. What is the best way to learn grammar? Actually, this is not from me. I'm going to share 8 tips. Okay, 8 tips from Bilingua. Okay, so the first one is learn as many words as you can. Yes, of course. Each day we should, we should have, we should learn at least one vocabulary every day in order for us to really learn grammar. And talk to people. Yes, that's your practice already. Learn to dialogue or converse with other people. And whenever you are eating with your family, with your friends, try to speak in English, even though it's Carabao English already, until you become fluent in English with correct grammar. Okay, watch and learn. Yes, number three tip. You need to watch and learn. If you're fond of watching Korean dramas, yes, that's good. English movies, another good thing that you should do. I am fan of Korean dramas. Yeah, I usually watch Korean dramas and I'm learning. I'm learning kapag nagbabasa ako ng mga subtitles. Same as true with English movies kasi yung mga accent nila, di ba? Kasi sometimes tayo medyo just like me, matigas yung accent ko ng English. As for corrections, that's number 4. Yes, of course. As for corrections, we are not perfect, di ba? If it's hard for you to be corrected, then ibaba mo yung pride mo. Kasi you will not learn. Okay, we will not learn if we will not be corrected. Because we tend to commit mistakes. Remember that. We're not perfect. Number 5, we have know the parts of speech. Yes, of course. You should memorize noun, pronoun, from interjection, di ba? And always do this one. You know what? I usually do this and require my students to identify what part of speech. Just like this, I'm going to provide or I'm going to write. Okay, right now I'm not writing since it's online. I'm going to flash a sentence Okay, so whenever our topic is all about grammar, tenses, something like that, I'm going to flash a sentence and then they're going to identify what part of speech is the, what part of speech is, what part of speech is to, something like that. And then if I'm doing that, if you're doing that each day, then you will be familiarized. Okay, you will be familiarized and you will be familiar with what? The parts of speech. Kasi ang parts of speech, ito yung pinaka-basic na dapat matutunan natin. Okay, para magkaroon tayo ng knowledge about correct grammar. Okay? And you know what? If we are talking about correct grammar, kapag narinig mo kasi, if it's not pleasing to your ears, if there's something wrong, ibig sabihin, the sentence or the paragraph is ungrammatical. And the only thing that you need to do is to find the error. Yun lang. Bakit parang may mali? Kaya minsan, you know what? English teachers, to this future English teachers, our ears is very sensitive. Sensitive siya. And kahit sa simbahan, minsan, kapag nagsisimba tayo, kapag may nag-i-English na nagsasalita sa harapan, and then nagkaroon ng error sa kanyang pagsasalita, hindi na tayo nakaka-focus. Imbis na nag-focus tayo sa Panginoon, nag-critic na tayo. Okay. Yun na yung tendency. Yun yung negative side din nating mga English teachers. We tend to judge, we tend to critique, even in the church, inside the church, I should say. Okay, so looking for patterns. Yes, our patterns, STVO, something like that. Should know these things. And then the sixth one is practice verb forms. Of course, we should be familiar with the tenses of verbs. We should know the differences between what's this? The progressive form, the past tense, the present tense, future tense. Okay? And then use an app. Okay. Application, mobile app, something like that. Yes, there are a lot of mobile app sa Play Store, sa Apple Store. Madami, 'di ba? And you should not forget to to install a dictionary sa inyong phone, because whenever you hear something unfamiliar, unfamiliar words, you can just consult the dictionary right away and look for the meaning, the synonyms of that word. Okay. Yun pala yun. Ano pa kaya? Rendezvous. Ano yung rendezvous? Okay. Meeting place pala siya. Okay. Ano yung teyate? Okay. So, private conversation. Diba? Mga unfamiliar words, and sometimes we are not aware of those words. Okay. So, those are the 8 tips that I can share for this question. The ways. Okay, actually you're just asking for one. Okay, what is the best way to learn grammar? Pero nagbigay ako ng 8. Okay, so that's according to Bilingua. Okay, let's proceed to the last question. How important it is to study grammar? Of course, it's very important. Grammar, because grammar makes sentences and paragraphs clear and interesting. Okay? And grammar is a system that makes it possible to talk about language. And the third one that I already mentioned a while back, grammar reflects one's personality. Okay. Take note of these 3 importance of grammar. Grammar makes sentences and paragraphs clear and interesting. Grammar is a system that makes it possible to talk about language. And grammar reflects one's personality. Okay, so that's all for today. And I hope that we learned something. And thank you for inviting me to be one of your speakers. I think this is a series of webinar. So thank you for inviting me and for this opportunity. May God bless you all. Bye for now.